Every journey of growth begins with a seed, and every legend evolves into something greater. Bulbasaur may have been the spark that ignited the Pokédex, but its story does not end there. Standing at the crossroads between innocence and maturity, Ivysaur emerges as the perfect symbol of transformation. With its blooming bud and rising strength, this Pokémon represents the moment when potential begins to flourish into true power. From the battlefields of the games to memorable arcs in the anime and manga, Ivysaur carries the weight of expectation. No longer the first step, yet not quite at its final form. A creature of patience, balance, and hidden ferocity. Today, in Anime Chronicles, we continue the saga of the grass-poison Pokémon by uncovering the complete biography of Ivysaur, the Pokémon of growth, resilience, and evolution. Ivysaur, known in Japan as Fushigisu, is entry SA002 in the Pokédex and represents the natural progression of Bulbasaur's unique biology. Unlike its first stage, which embodies innocence and potential, Ivysaur introduces a visible shift toward maturity and readiness for greater challenges. Standing at about 1 meter tall and weighing 13 kilograms, Ivysaur is characterized by the plant bulb on its back, which has now begun to bloom into a budding flower. This detail is more than a design choice. It represents a central theme in Pokémon: growth through experience. Ken Sugimori's original concept art emphasized Ivysaur as a transitional Pokémon, meant to look stronger and sturdier than Bulbasaur, yet not fully majestic like its next evolution. Its slightly darker skin tone and more developed limbs suggest resilience and preparation. The plant itself is now larger, its leaves spreading outward with confidence, while the pink bud hints at the eventual blooming into a majestic flower. From a symbolic perspective, Ivysaur embodies the theme of adolescence, caught between the playful beginnings of Bulbasaur and the commanding presence of Venusaur. Its design communicates balance. It is neither too innocent nor too intimidating, but positioned exactly at the turning point of change. This in-between nature has given Ivysaur a special place among fans, as it represents patience, endurance, and the natural process of becoming stronger. In terms of abilities, Ivysaur retains the grass poison typing, granting it versatility in battle. Its Pokédex entries often highlight the importance of sunlight in its growth, a reflection of its deep connection with nature. For instance, in Pokémon Red and Blue, the description states, "When the bulb on its back grows large, it appears to lose the ability to stand on its hind legs." This shows that Ivysaur's development is not only physical, but also strategic, requiring adaptation as the plant becomes heavier and more demanding of sunlight. The dual identity of beast and plant continues to be one of Ivysaur's most fascinating aspects. It is not simply a stronger Bulbasaur, it is a Pokémon entering a new stage of life, where responsibility and potential are beginning to blossom. Since its debut in Pokémon Red and Blue, 1996 in Japan, 1998 internationally, Ivysaur has appeared in virtually every mainline Pokémon game. As the middle stage of the original grass starter line, it has always been both a stepping stone and a powerhouse in its own right. In gameplay, Ivysaur is often obtained by evolving Bulbasaur at level 16. This relatively early evolution makes it one of the first signs of progress for new trainers. Suddenly, the small, beginner-friendly Bulbasaur transforms into a sturdier, more threatening ally. With improved stats across the board, particularly in special attack and defense, Ivysaur begins to feel like a reliable partner that can stand its ground even against stronger opponents. In the original Red, Blue, and Yellow games, Ivysaur was a crucial ally for trainers facing Misty's water types in Cerulean City. Its grass-type moves like Vine Whip and Razor Leaf gave players a significant advantage. The same remains true across remakes like Fire Red and Leaf Green, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and even modern titles like Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, where it appears through transfers. Ivysaur's role is not limited to mainline titles. It has been featured in spin-offs such as Pokémon Snap, where it appears in jungle environments, and Pokémon Mystery Dungeon, where it can serve as either a partner or an evolved ally. In Pokémon Ranger and Pokémon Conquest, Ivysaur maintains its iconic presence, reinforcing its status as more than just a transitional form. Perhaps most famously, Ivysaur is a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Super Smash Bros. For 3DS Wii U. In these games, it appears as part of the Pokémon Trainers team, alongside Squirtle and Charizard. Ivysaur's moveset includes classic grass techniques like Razor Leaf and Solar Beam, but also introduces Vine Whip as a recovery move, making it unique among the roster. This appearance gave Ivysaur widespread popularity as players around the world were introduced to its battling capabilities outside the RPG structure. Overall, Ivysaur in the games represents progression and reliability. It is not just a bridge to Venusaur, it has carved its own niche as a capable, well-loved Pokémon with appearances spanning over 2 decades of gaming history. In the anime, Ivysaur's most notable appearance occurs at Professor Oak's laboratory, where multiple Ivysaur reside as part of the natural evolutionary cycle of Bulbasaur. These Ivysaur were shown participating in a sacred ceremony where the plant on their back releases a special fragrance, signaling their readiness to evolve into Venusaur. This moment highlights the mystical and natural aspect of Ivysaur's existence. It is not just about battling, but about growth and transformation in harmony with nature. Ash's Bulbasaur, one of the most iconic Pokémon in the series, had a chance to evolve into Ivysaur during this very ceremony. However, in a pivotal character-defining moment, Bulbasaur refused to evolve, choosing instead to prove its strength without transformation. This rejection of evolution made Ivysaur stand out even more as it became the path not taken for Ash's trusted companion. Fans often discuss how Ash's team might have changed if his Bulbasaur had accepted evolution into Ivysaur. Other notable appearances include the episode Bulbasaur's Mysterious Garden, where a group of Ivysaur lead the ritual under the guidance of Venusaur. This episode gave Ivysaur a mystical and almost spiritual aura, showing it as more than just a fighter, a guardian of natural cycles. In the manga, Ivysaur also has a strong presence. In Pokémon Adventures, Red's Bulbasaur eventually evolves into Ivysaur and later Venusaur, playing a critical role in battles against powerful foes. Ivysaur is depicted as determined and reliable, bridging the gap between the innocence of Bulbasaur and the authority of Venusaur. Its battles in the manga are often more detailed and intense, showing off moves like Solar Beam with dramatic flair. Across anime and manga, Ivysaur symbolizes transition and choice. It is the Pokémon of growth, of change, and sometimes of hesitation, reflecting the universal theme of whether one should stay the same or move forward. Ivysaur may often be overshadowed by its more famous forms, the adorable Bulbasaur and the imposing Venusaur, but it has earned a unique cultural legacy of its own. For many players, Ivysaur represents the first real test of patience in Pokémon. Do you keep it as it is, appreciating its balanced power and budding beauty? Or do you push forward to achieve the ultimate strength of Venusaur? This question has given Ivysaur a reputation as one of the most significant middle-stage evolutions in Pokémon history. Unlike other transitional forms that often feel overlooked, Ivysaur's design and lore ensure it is remembered. Its appearances in Super Smash Bros. Further elevated its status, exposing it to audiences who may not have been deeply familiar with Pokémon. Merchandise featuring Ivysaur, while less common than Bulbasaur, has remained steady throughout the decades. From trading cards in the Pokémon TCG to figurines, plush toys, and limited edition collectibles, Ivysaur has consistently been present in expansions of the trading card game, often depicted in lush, nature-themed artwork that highlights the blooming bud on its back. Symbolically, Ivysaur has become associated with the idea of perseverance and natural growth. Its refusal to rush the process of evolution resonates with fans who see it as a metaphor for patience in real life. Many trainers intentionally keep their Pokémon as Ivysaur during playthroughs, enjoying its aesthetic and balanced stats before letting it evolve further. In pop culture, Ivysaur has inspired countless fan artworks, discussions, and even philosophical debates within the Pokémon community. Should Ash's Bulbasaur have evolved? Does Ivysaur represent the teenage years of growth and struggle? These questions show that Ivysaur, while not the most spotlighted Pokémon, leaves a deep impression on fans. Ultimately, Ivysaur stands as a reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination. It is the living symbol of transition, proof that strength comes not only from reaching the final stage, but from embracing the path of growth itself.